Chosen one, sometimes life comes quietly knocking at the door at the most unexpected moments. That call is the herald of an awakening from the depths of your soul. Now, at this very moment, you are on the verge of a major shift in the course of your life. Because everything in life changes at some point, and that time is now. When you wake up, you will not recognize yourself as you used to. It is more than a small change on the surface. It is a sign of a great metamorphosis that will envelop the whole of your soul and body. God is choosing tonight to reshape the essence of who you are. The power flowing through your body will ignite the energy sprouting deep within your soul. Your gaze will shine with a whole new light. You can help bring love and inspiration to people in need by subscribing to this channel and sharing this message with others. This will allow the divine benefits it contains to reach even more hearts. A transformation beyond your expectations awaits you tonight. You will feel that your prayers have finally been answered, that God has responded with a transformation that will astonish everyone around you. Tomorrow, when you look in the mirror, you will see yourself with a stronger posture, a younger and more vibrant face. This is not just a temporary change. Your perceptions, emotions, and the world's response to you will evolve forever. After going through darkness, struggling, and overcoming suffering, God offers you a newfound strength and purpose to face life. This is a transformation that will increase your mental, spiritual, and physical resilience and awaken you to a whole new sense of direction. From now on, you will feel your invincibility at every step. You will reintroduce yourself to the world. Remember, the being that is trying to reach you is a symbol of the awakening of your inner power and potential. This message is sent to you, the chosen ones, to embrace the transformative energy of life and reach your true self. Your path is now clear and your power is legendary. Stand up and be the architect of this new era. Knowing in your heart that you are chosen is more important than simply changing your appearance. You cannot yet fully understand how God's plan for you is unfolding, but the night is coming when everything will become clear. For years you have been wondering when you will have a breakthrough. You have prayed for a change, looked for a sign, and kept the faith when all seemed lost. And now that time has come. By God's grace, you can bless this message using YouTube's Super Thank button and provide an amazing gift of $50 or more. When you wake up tomorrow, you will enter a world that seems so familiar, yet so foreign. You have always dreamed of it, and now it is yours. The beauty of your transformation will take center stage, overshadowing everything you have been through, including every tear, sorrow, and sacrifice. You will be seen quite differently by the world. You will discover that people are paying attention to you when before you felt unnoticed or ignored. Because you now represent something powerful and attractive, your presence compels attention, not because you actively seek it. If you believe in the Lord's steadfast love, His ever-present presence, and His sovereign plan for your life, write 33, because He is trustworthy and keeps His word. You will be amazed by this transformation, and many around you will question how it could happen so suddenly. This shift is as much about how you feel on the inside as it is on the outside. You will wake up with an inner sense of peace, a clear understanding of your mission, and an unquestionable strength that will enable you to overcome any obstacles that stand in your way. You have always wanted this life, which at first seemed unattainable, but now seems like a logical progression of your true self. The future ahead of you is very remarkable. This has not been an easy path for you. You are here for a reason. If you feel chosen, it is time to answer the call. By clicking the Join button, you can access deep insights, unique information, and a powerful community willing to accompany you on your journey. This is an opportunity to fully embrace your divine destiny and seize the path designed for you. It is more than just a membership. Do not hesitate. Step forward and become one of the chosen ones. You have had to overcome many challenges, including financial difficulties, betrayals by others, periods of loneliness and uncertainty. There were moments when you questioned whether you would survive the storm. But through it all, you clung to hope. You believed in God's plan, even when nothing seemed to change. The day of reckoning has finally come. The struggles you endured were not in vain. They were challenges that strengthened your faith, challenges that shaped your character, and tests that made you more resilient. Now, as a reward for your perseverance, God is preparing to bless you in every area of your life. You cannot stop God from blessing you, even if it seems too wonderful to be true. Your transfiguration is the fruit of your prayers, the fulfillment of your greatest dreams, and the reward for your unwavering faith. Your life will soon serve as an example of what happens when you believe in divine timing. It seems as if the universe has come together to provide you with the prosperity, contentment, and peace that you had previously only dreamed of. Your struggles were the seeds that have now grown into a life of joy, abundance, and divine grace that you could never have imagined. This marks the beginning of your transformational journey. In addition to changing you from within, the night God has chosen for your metamorphosis will also attract the attention of others. Power, knowledge, and grace emanate instantly from every part of you, as if a switch has been flipped. Your enthusiasm will now attract the attention of those who previously ignored you. They will pay attention to what you have to say, ask for your advice, and give you the respect you deserve. Now, what was previously invisible will become visible. Your influence will expand in ways you never imagined. You will be approached by people who want to be with you, who want to learn from you, and who appreciate you. The goal here is not to attract attention, but to organically attract the right people who share your newfound power. Everyone around you will realize that you are no longer just a spectator in your life, but instead an important character in your own story. Those who question you will find this change quite unexpected. People who used to ignore you will be astonished by the person you have suddenly become. They will be stunned by the power of your metamorphosis, and your presence will attract attention. It will be hard to miss how sudden this change is. God has the ability to change His chosen people in specific ways. This change is physical as well as spiritual and emotional. When you wake up, your body will feel stronger, healthier, and more energized. Your muscles will be firmer, your skin will glow with youthful vitality, and your energy levels will be higher. A powerful presence to activate the energy of your choice, the first spark of a profound revolution. Write 77 in the comments section. The physical change is a clear indication that God has decided to revitalize you from the inside out. You will no longer have to worry about your strength, your attractiveness, or your health, which you spend so much time thinking about. God is revitalizing you, giving you vigor and restoring your body to its ideal state. It will seem as if you have turned back the clock on your aging process. The fatigue that was holding you back before will be replaced by a newfound sense of vitality, allowing you to move on with your new life. It's not just about how you look. This change will allow you to live a more active life, unrestricted by your previous physical limitations. Your inner strength and power will now be reflected in your body. In addition to looking younger, you will feel younger and approach life with more energy and enthusiasm. For a long time, you have been experiencing financial difficulties, feeling caught in a never-ending cycle of debt, scarcity, or barely making ends meet. However, this change isn't just about physical prowess or looks. It's a complete shift in your financial circumstances. One night, everything will be different. Doors that used to be closed will now open wide. Opportunities will appear that did not exist before. You'll discover that money starts to come to you naturally, and the wealth you've only dreamed of suddenly becomes a reality. Instead of the financial difficulties you experienced before, you will now experience success and wealth. God knows when you need this benefit, and His timing is perfect. It will come unexpectedly, as if the universe is working together to bring you the prosperity you have been longing for. This is a supernatural intervention, not just a fluke. You will feel relieved and grateful when your financial circumstances improve. You will no longer have to worry about where to eat or how to cover your expenses. You will have the flexibility to help others, and you will be able to live in abundance instead of want. This is the fulfillment of God's promise that your life will be prosperous. God works on His schedule, not ours, and His timing is always ideal. Everything changes at a miraculous time, and that time is now. God has chosen this evening to bring about a lifelong change in your life. After praying, waiting, and hoping for a breakthrough, it is finally happening. All it takes is one night for everything to change. When God makes a move, it cannot be stopped. In the blink of an eye, what has taken years to unfold will happen. In a single instance of supernatural intervention, the difficulties, the waiting, the uncertainty all disappear. Tonight marks the beginning of your metamorphosis and change. You are receiving rewards for your faith, perseverance, and trust in God that you could never have imagined. This is no ordinary night, so prepare yourself. Everything will change tonight. Your life will never be the same after one change. You belong to the 1%, the chosen few who remain faithful despite all life's challenges. While others have given up, questioned, or turned away, you have held fast to God's promise. God has now chosen you for something extraordinary. People who have persevered through the storms of life without losing their faith are the ones who deserve this night. You have overcome hardships such as financial difficulties, loneliness, ridicule, and wilderness trekking. But through it all you have remained strong. God is aware of your journey and can see your heart. Now you will see the fulfillment of the promises He has promised you as you enter this amazing metamorphosis. This night is not for everyone. Rather, it is for those who face challenges and persevere when they feel like everything is against them. In addition to changing your life, this transfiguration will serve as a testimony of God's power. Those who question your faith, your path, and your fortitude will soon see the glory of God in your life. You are a real-life example of what happens to someone who follows his passion despite the consequences. God fulfills His promises. The promises you have been waiting for are being fulfilled tonight. God's faithfulness is shown in this amazing metamorphosis that shows that His word never returns empty. Everything will change in a single night. Before your very eyes, the promises you have been holding on to, a better future, peace, prosperity, are coming true. It's time to spread God's benefits. You can join His plan and this holy cause by pressing the Super Thank button on YouTube. Whether you donate $100 or more, every contribution is a reflection of God's generosity, and I think it will come back to you in bigger ways than you can imagine. You may have waited for years because you thought the promises were too far away. But God is now fulfilling all your dreams in this sacred moment. This is not just a small adjustment, but a complete transformation in your life. Everything will change as a direct result of God's miraculous intervention, including your relationships, your wealth, and your physical attractiveness. Now is your time. The waiting is over. You are beginning a new era in your life, a new age in which all your hardships will be rewarded with divine grace. A new life, full of all the joys God has given you, begins tonight. When God decides it is your time, even though sometimes we may question why things take time, nothing can stop your change. All the difficulties, delays, and disappointments will suddenly make sense when you see how complete God's plan for your life is. When He speaks, everything changes. He makes a decision, and your whole world can change in an instant. This is how divine timing works. It is not based on our perception of time or the demands of the outside world, but on God's perfect design for your life. One night, one moment, and your life takes a completely different path, a path full of blessings, developments, and chances you could never have imagined. You have been through a lot, but God will make everything clear when He decides. Confusion, pain, and uncertainty will disappear in the light of His miraculous transfiguration. Something wonderful is about to begin tonight, and it will remind the world that God's purpose for you is greater than you could ever imagine. Sometimes others have mocked your efforts, ridiculed your beliefs, and scoffed at your aspirations. Perhaps neither you nor they have been able to see what God has in store for you. However, the night is coming when everything will change, and those who questioned you will be stunned. There will be no denying your change. As they see God's power at work in your life, they will have to accept this incredible change. Where you were previously ignored or neglected, you will now be respected and admired. It will be a stunning reminder that God's timing is always perfect, and a humbling experience for those who previously looked down on you. As people see the supernatural metamorphosis before them, their skepticism will give way to admiration. Your increased power, strength, and grace will change the world forever, and you will accomplish what previously seemed impossible. God does not make careless promises. For the 1% who trust Him despite ridicule, loneliness, and hardship, He reserves His greatest gifts for those who remain faithful in every struggle. Your trust will reach its peak tonight. Although you have gone through the most difficult paths, you will be the ones who benefit the most. This change is not just about you. It is about showing the world what can happen when a person keeps faith in the face of adversity. It is about showing that God blesses those who seek Him fervently. When people watch you change, they will see the power of unwavering faith. You have been chosen, and the proof of God's faithfulness will be your reward. Even if you have felt overlooked, God is lifting you up now. You will walk with the assurance of someone who knows that you are truly God's chosen one, and the world will see you in a different way. There have been challenges along the way. You have experienced severe suffering, disappointment, and betrayal. You may have been let down by those you trusted, and you may have felt gloomy. But through it all, you have remained faithful. God will now reward that trust with a change that will make all your hardships worth it. Your story did not end in betrayal. Rather, it was a stepping stone. Every adversity has molded you, every failure has polished you, and every painful experience has equipped you for the future. You will step into a life full of rewards far beyond the suffering of the past. Your transfiguration will serve as a testimony to God's faithfulness, transforming your struggles into triumphs. You now understand that having faith is not about running away from difficulties, but about standing firm in the face of them, trusting that God will bring you through them. The truth that God always has a plan, even when it seems impossible, is shown through this amazing transformation. As the night of your metamorphosis approaches, you may begin to notice changes in yourself. It may feel like a sudden surge of energy or a pressure in your heart. You may even experience a brief paralysis, as if your body is adjusting to the power God is giving you. These early symptoms are just the beginning of a significant change. Believe that the feeling you are experiencing is the beginning of something extraordinary. It seems that the whole fabric of who you are is being rewoven in a more solid and resilient way. This is a supernatural process taking place within you. It is not just a dream. There may even be a brief period of blindness or confusion, but remember that this is a normal part of the transformation process. When you wake up, everything will be different. You will enter a whole new world, brimming with power, meaning, and divine grace. The first signs are just the beginning of the most remarkable change in your life. For a long time, you have been wondering when your time will come. You have been waiting for a hint, a novelty, or an event that would change everything. And that time has come. God will change your life in ways you never thought possible, and the night you have been waiting for has finally arrived. This is the sacred moment you have been praying for. It is the time that will change your whole life, including your relationships, your money, and your future. When you wake up, the world will see you differently, and you will perceive the world differently. The change will be nothing short of remarkable, and you are entering your destiny. You are tired of waiting. Your prayers have been heard, and now it is time for a permanent transformation in your life. Now that the sacred time has come, a new, prosperous, and powerful chapter in your life will begin. They have mocked your religion and questioned your journey, laughing at you for a long time. They could not understand your faith in an impossible future. They abandoned you when you faced difficulties and financial hardships, believing that your efforts would never pay off. But now, things are changing. God has decided that now is your moment to shine. Everything about you will change in a single night. Your power will increase, your finances will improve, and your appearance will change. You will amaze those who previously questioned you, ridiculed you, and even tried to undermine you. They will not know how to react when they see the incredible change that is taking place in your life. You are now a recipient of divine favor. You are no longer the person they ridiculed. The change is physical as well as spiritual, emotional and economic. Those who before considered you weak or insignificant will now admire you because you will radiate the power of God's blessing throughout your being. The same people who used to ridicule you will now have to accept that you have changed. The purpose of this metamorphosis was to startle and awaken. Those who had doubts about your spiritual journey will become living examples that no matter how dark the path may seem, God's light always finds a way to shine. Your whole world will be different after tonight. Those who used to ignore you will suddenly see you as a serious competitor. You will be surrounded by a new aura in your social circle. In your relationships and in your work, suddenly respect that was previously lacking will abound. People will look to you for information, inspiration, and guidance. Your financial difficulties will no longer define you, as your metamorphosis will be evident in both your inner strength and your outward appearance. On the contrary, you will face financial breakthroughs, a new wave of prosperity that will permanently change your life. You'll be in the position you've always deserved, surrounded by resources and possibilities that seemed unattainable just a few days ago, and your aspirations for wealth and success, once so distant, will finally be realized. Your increased power will also be reflected in your appearance. Whereas before you felt invisible, now you will attract attention wherever you go. You will begin to receive new respect, admiration, and even love from others. Although not an easy journey, God is rewarding your faith, courage, and perseverance with this change. The cosmos seems to be working in your favor to place you where you belong. After this glorious moment, you will not be the same person you used to be. When the world awakens, it will witness a strong, confident, and divinely graced human being. And those who used to mock your journey will now see that your faith has always been true. As the glorious night approaches, you will begin to feel a strange, comforting sense of pressure in your heart. Your whole body may seem to be preparing for something tremendous. You may even experience a feeling of paralysis or confusion, as if your body is preparing for the important change that is about to take place. These sensations are the first indications that your metamorphosis is approaching, but they should not be feared. In the minutes before the transition, you may even become temporarily blind, as if your eyes are preparing to perceive the world in a different way. This unusual sensation represents the beginning of your celestial change. But it will seem like a dream, something unreal. Although it may be difficult, keep in mind that this is the process of overcoming the obstacles that previously prevented you from moving forward. It is very important to recognize that these feelings are a component of God's divine purpose. This is a deep spiritual rejuvenation rather than just a physical transformation. Your body and soul are preparing for the day when you will become the person God has always wanted you to be. The weight of the glory, the grace of God that is ready to flow into your life is the pressure you feel. When you wake up in the morning, that pressure will be gone and everything will be different. You will enter a world where dignity, prosperity, and divine grace are the norm. It is the faithful who will benefit from God's promises, the 1% who remain true to their faith in the face of adversity, betrayal, and ridicule, not the general public. You have persevered when others have given up. Not everyone is here tonight, but you are, the people who persevered through the trials of your faith and came out on top. You will be rewarded with this marvelous change. Having survived a fire, you are now entering a season of benefit that will exceed all your hopes. This night is the result of years of patience, trust, and effort. It is not just a fortuitous event. This is the moment you have been waiting for and will mark the beginning of a new chapter in your life. Those who questioned you, gossiped about you, and made fun of your difficulties will be shocked when they see your metamorphosis. They will find it difficult to understand how you have transformed from nothing to everything and will not recognize the person you have become. But this is the divine reward for your constant faith, and you will know it. This metamorphosis is a gift to be given only to the truly faithful, and you are one of the 1% chosen for it. The only thing that matters is that God's grace is upon you, even if the world does not understand. In the coming days, you will experience a metamorphosis beyond your wildest expectations. Things that were previously unattainable for you will now become attainable. Your financial difficulties will turn into financial success, while difficulties that were a burden to you before will become a thing of the past. You will receive all the respect around you that you have been longing for. This is a divine change, a manifestation of God's power that will astound everyone around you. People who used to ignore your difficulties will now admire your fortitude and perseverance. They will question how you survived, and when they see your transformation, they will realize that you are where you are now only because of God's grace. Your metamorphosis will go beyond financial prosperity. It will be evident in your presence, confidence, and charisma. People will begin to gravitate towards you because of your wealth, but also because of the light that now radiates from within you. They will pay more attention to what you say, heed your advice, and give you the respect you deserve. Your metamorphosis will create widespread amazement and curiosity. Even if others look at you in amazement, you will know that it is the result of your obedience to God. Because you have been chosen for this, the world will now witness His glory through you. As the night progresses, you will begin to see hints of the change that is taking place. A wave of calm may wash over you, or you may experience unexpected epiphanies, as if the fog is lifting from your life. Your eyes may be opened to see benefits, connections, and possibilities that have always been there but hidden from you. This enlightenment is not just about material prosperity, but about spiritual enlightenment. God is showing you the reality of who you are and your purpose in life. Your mind will overflow with divine knowledge, guiding you towards your destiny, and your heart will overflow with a renewed sense of purpose. As you observe the changes in your own life, you will begin to notice how the world around you is changing. People will begin to appreciate you on a whole new level. Like a light, your metamorphosis will draw people to you and demonstrate the power of trust in God. Others will be encouraged to believe in God's timetable and His capacity to work miracles through your narrative, which will become a living testament. You will wake up in the morning and the world will look different. Your life will no longer be shaped by challenges, but by divine blessings. A new chapter full of possibilities and rewards will begin on the night of the revelation and will continue to unfold. The skeptics and detractors around you will be in disbelief when they see your transfiguration. They had no idea how much you trusted God, how persistent you were, or how much faith you had. They ignored your difficulties, mocked your desires, and failed to see your potential. But now that God's timing is right, their doubts will turn to awe. Your life will change in a single night in ways they could never have predicted. The brightness of God's grace will radiate from your body. Your financial situation will change from scarcity to abundance. Those who questioned you before will be forced to admit that God has truly blessed you, and you will receive the respect you have long desired. Now, skeptics who believed they understood your destiny will realize their mistake. They will be forced to see you differently and question how you were able to make such an important transformation. You will become a living example of how God can change people's lives in a way that is beyond human comprehension. This change is happening because God has timed it this way. You will know the truth, even if the naysayers try to hide it. You have been glorified by God, and there is no denying His grace. This change is not just for you, but for all who follow your path. Those who have mocked your difficulties, questioned your actions, and questioned your faith will now witness how God is working in your life. Your ascension will serve as a tangible example of how God rewards the faithful. You will be an inspiration to others as you begin your new life. Those who are still struggling and waiting for their breakthrough will be inspired by your story. You will show them that God will always help those who trust in Him, no matter how long the wait or how difficult the journey. The world will know that God's miraculous intervention is responsible for your change, not your own strength or effort. When they see God's influence in your life, they will find you attractive. They will listen to you, ask your opinion, and show you respect they have never shown you before. Your ascension will transform not only your life, but the lives of those around you. God's amazing work in your life will be seen by the world, and your faith will become your testimony. You are a true example of how anything is possible when God is involved. If what you have read has motivated you and you want to learn more about the incredible potential within you, don't forget to click the subscribe button. There is more to this journey than just observing. To get involved, donate over $50 by clicking the Super Thank button below. We want you to be part of the change that is happening. Like, comment, and share to give this message to someone who needs to hear it today. Let's share the message that when God is involved, anything is possible. Be part of the community as together we rewrite the possibilities for our lives. Stay awake, be fortunate, and never forget that you are a living example of God's grace.